Hello, Jim.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, good to see you again. Good to see you. How
You,
are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing so good, so good. Looking forward to what we're going to talk about today. Just to acclimate our viewers, my name is Joshua Blount. I'm the Communications Associate for the IC3 movement, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Jim McLaughlin, the AVP for Community Development and Outreach. I'm sorry, it's Community Development and Partnerships for the IC3 movement. And today we're just going to have a candid, short talk about something that's really important that we do every year, but we really want to bring some attention to this time of year. And that's going to be the nominations for the 2022 Annual IC3 Awards. Just looking forward to getting into this with you, Jim. You ready?
I'm ready, Josh. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for joining. Let's just go ahead and start it off. That we have a lot of followers who've been faithful to the IC3 movement for years, and they're already aware of what the annual IC3 awards are really about and what decisions came to fruition to have them as a mainstay. But for those who are unaware, can you just kind of talk about what the annual IC3 awards actually are?
Yeah, definitely. The awards, I mean, this is one of the most important parts of IC3's mission, which the overall mission, of course, is counseling in every school. But what we want the IC3 awards to do is really elevate the profession of counseling and to put a spotlight onto schools, to counselors, and sometimes teachers, university representatives, university leaders, school leaders who are doing exceptional work in the field of counseling, and really just to put a spotlight on that. So this is actually only the second year where the annual IC3 awards in a global context are happening. So I'm glad we're having this conversation now, help people really understand the purpose and help people really understand how they can nominate and recognize a colleague.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you kind of touched on it a little bit, and maybe you can explain it a little bit more. The importance of recognizing these terrific counselors who do so much in career and college counseling and make so much time and effort to really help students in an impactful way. Can you really talk about why that's so important for us to recognize?
Counselors, in my opinion, are the real rock stars in the world, right? These are the people who are inspiring young people every single day, and not just inspiring them, but they're helping them find their purpose. They're helping them get to whatever their particular personal goals are. And not everyone has a counselor in school, and we want to see that change. We want to see every young person have an established career and college counselor in school. So it's so important that we're putting, the people who are doing this, right, who are doing this, at a world class level and just bringing their heart every day um, into school and into that environment. We want them to really be seen as the role models. Um, so yeah, and I also just want to mention that the awards, as we talked about the awards, these are very celebratory in nature. I think oftentimes when you think of awards, you think, okay, well, this person won, or this person did not. Actually, every person who's even nominated is a winner, right? Someone who receives the award or ultimately is selected for the award, they're actually, they're a representative of that entire community of educators, of counselors. This is not intended to be competitive in any way, shape, and form. This is really all about love and about celebration. So that's a really important part of this. So as you're thinking of, who you're going to nominate, which schools, which individuals, keep that in your mind, right? You have that feeling of celebration and of love in your mind and joy.
Absolutely, and thank you for adding that last bit, Jim, because that we only have so many awards that we want to give out, so much recognition. But there are so many people that make so much effort that we were so appreciative of everyone, and we want to recognize everyone. And these awards are just a small way to do that. And I'm so glad that you brought it back down to really let people know that we appreciate the work that everyone is doing. Everyone is a rock star. All of our counselors are rock stars because they're serving such a great they're serving a purpose so much greater than themselves, and it's really such an inspiring thing. And what I wanted to do now, just for those who are unfamiliar with some of the categories, some of the ways that we recognize our counselors, is touch on some of the awards that we're going to be having this year. We have our Molly Abraham Lifetime Achievement Award, which is always really big one, really celebrated. Our Celebrated Service Award, our Student Advocacy Award, our Counseling Mentor of the Year Award.
Yeah.
These are these are really big categories, and while we do appreciate everyone and all the work that they're doing, I mean, can you just talk about some of these categories that we're going to be?
Yeah, I'm happy to pull out a few, and there are a lot of awards categories that people can nominate for. And firstly, what's really important is that they're really, for the annual awards, they're broken down into two sections, and this is really important just from an understanding standpoint. There are global awards, and then what we call regional awards, right? So global awards, and as you go to the website and you see, and you're actually exploring, and that's really what I recommend, and how people go about this is actually go to the website, you read a little bit about the different awards, and that's how you'll have someone who just comes up in your mind. This person I need to nominate for this award. So you actually go and read, but the global awards they're just that. Anyone from any country around the world can be nominated, for example, you mentioned, Josh, the Molly Abraham Lifetime Achievement Award. This is probably one of the most anticipated awards every year. Anyone around the world can be nominated for the Molly Abraham Lifetime Achievement Award. They don't have to be in a particular place, right? They could be in Russia, they could be in Cambodia, they could be in India, they could be in Brazil. It doesn't matter. Another one that I see in the global awards category, which oftentimes garners lots of nominations, is exceptional counseling with limited resources. We know that's often the state of affairs for many schools and many counselors around the world. So that's one that is pretty well anticipated. Another one that I see there is something around the High School Leadership Impact Award, right? And this can go to a principal or a school director or a school leader who's really putting an emphasis on counseling within a school, and doing this in a way that is shining a light on how this is possible, how this can be done in other schools. So I think that's a really important one as well. The key is, now not every award will be awarded every year, right? Depending upon the number of nominations that come in and how people are inspired and the work that's being done, independent juries, will actually decide, right? IC3 itself doesn't decide who is awarded, right? And who receives an award. It's an independent jury of educators that actually reviews those nominations. They spend a lot of time on that. And ultimately, based on those nominations and its deliberation, they determine who is to be recognized in that regard. So that's the global. The regional, right? The regional awards, these are awards that there are multiple awards that can be given out for each region. Now, the IC3 India Awards were recognized at the conference in August. So that's the only region that will not be included right now in the call for nominations, because it was just awarded in August. But every other region is open for nominations. That is Latin America, Africa, Asia, outside of India, Europe, and so on. It's all the information is there on the site. And the regional awards category includes something like the Emerging Counselor of the Year Award. This is an amazing award. I think everyone gets so excited about this. Who are the people that are really emerging in the field? There's also awards for university representatives, right, who are focused around counseling-based. So there's an award for the counseling-based approach to student recruitment and admissions, for example, acknowledging that counseling is not only happening in high schools, it's actually happening in universities and through admissions outreach efforts. And we want to really recognize those people who are doing this in a way that is not only ethical, but setting the standard for, okay, I'm not here just to sell my institution, right? I'm here to help a young person, whoever I meet, wherever they are, even though I have a job to do, we're here to help them find their path. And it may or may not be at my institution. So there are even awards in that capacity for university representatives. So again, to summarize, the global awards, anyone from around the world can be nominated regardless of where they are geographically. The regional awards are given out for, there can be an emerging counselor of the year in Latin America, an emerging counselor in Africa, an emerging counselor in Asia, and so on. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for breaking that down, Jim. I know there's been some confusion in the past about these.
There are a lot of awards and a lot of ways to recognize. So, and I think that's there so that we can, there can be a focus around work that's happening regionally in certain parts of the world, but then also acknowledging that this is a global effort.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great. So just to bring it all back around, the nominations for these awards are open now, and they will remain open until October 10th. And
October 10th. And I want to just underscore that because there won't be an extension of that deadline. This is the call for nominations that's there now. And I would urge all of us, right? If we're in this field of higher education or counseling or we're teaching, we all know someone that we can nominate. Nominate 2 people, nominate 3 people, inspire someone to do that, and it will take 3 minutes to submit a nomination, right? You go on, you get inspired, and you know what? This is a way that you're also giving back. So October 10th, that's another, I don't know, it's only 11 or 12 days. So, this is usually when most of the nominations come in that week, 10 days before the deadline. So please, I'm urging all of our colleagues just to take that 3 minutes, 5 minutes and nominate, 2 colleagues, 3 colleagues who really are unsung. And let's put a spotlight on that.
Well said, Kim. Well said. Thank you so much for taking the time just to talk to me about these nominations, about the awards in general. I hope that provided a lot of clarity for our viewers. We look forward to you all's nominations. As Jim said, submit 2, submit 3. There are always people who deserve recognition for the work that they're doing around the world. Please go ahead and make those nominations today. Again, thank you again for taking the time. Look forward to all the work that we'll be doing in the future. Look forward to the actual IC3 Awards, and continue to stay tuned in, plugged into our social media. I'll provide the link for our website. I'll provide the link for the nominations and the awards. So just be on the lookout for future things coming down the line in our social media. And until next time, thank you for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you again.
Thanks a lot, Josh. Thanks a lot. And we'll celebrate those awards in December, right? And all of those awards will be announced in December. So looking forward. Thanks a lot, Josh.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
All the best.
All the best. Bye-bye.